Kumnandi. go remix my coffee. How y'all doing today? Happy Monday. I really wanted some coffee from Dunkin', but I didn't want to leave, and I really didn't feel like letting somebody else control how my Monday go. So I had to put me something together. I ain't had no creamer. It's a little darker. But the taste is, blended out. Anyway, how everybody doing? Oh, let me close my door. Oh, excuse me. Oh, child, I'm sitting in the bed, honey. I got up, got myself together, and sat back down. Because I didn't have anything to do. And I realized I won't race to go do nothing. So, I'm still thinking about what I want to eat today. But other than that, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Girl, it was hot outside. It's still hot outside somewhere. But we did get a little bit of rain just a minute ago. I don't know if that helped that much. But I ain't going out there messing with that thing there. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm just going to sip my coffee and thinking about some, I guess I could say lessons that I want to put together for my business page, my business, um, YouTube. So I've had a lot of different things that I've covered, but I really want to be able to go deep into detail because I've been meeting a lot of cool people that just need like a little boost, a little lift to jumpstart um, different aspects. It's some people that already have their business and they want to learn how to just build basic business credit, and some people just look for different things. Some people like start from scratch, and I've been saying this for a long time. Having a small business is gonna be, detrimental to being able to maintain. So you can keep your 9 to 5. That's cool. That's not a problem. But to have that business on the side, it's gonna be real helpful because at least that's a pot or a little kitty that you control. So I think more people are starting to be more open to it. I mean, it's a lot of people that already have them, but um, it was a person that was up here. I want to say it was a couple weeks ago, and I seen how they had like physical items, and that physical item uh, business kind of died down quite a bit, which I can understand because depending on what it is you have, like people that do a lot of print on demand, that do a lot of print on demand, you got to understand that you're in competition with somebody that's so, a lot of people. Let's use t-shirts for example, because that's a great example, and mugs. There are a lot of people that started their business showing and doing it physically, and after a while they seen how much costs were associated with having physical items laying around that they had to ship and do all of the things to. So they were like, you know what, bump it. I'm gonna go and do what everybody else is doing, and I'm going to source some of my work out. And that's kind of what happens to certain uh, industries. So that's a big one. However, in my opinion, I feel like people that say like if you have those machines and you're able to do a lot of those things, I would if you have like an a surplus of the machines, yes, I will probably cut back to what I really, really need. However, if you still plan on at some point in time continuing that part or offering that service will always be needed. You just have to repurpose it and find a way to find find somebody else to market it to. So, you know, you can actually market it to businesses instead of just individuals, and that's not just, just open it up. Um, I met somebody recently that does, I think they do t-shirts as well, but they do an overall um, variety of things. And when they mentioned that they have some type of event planning under their belt, I was like, oh shoot, you can go get your own, contract and, do an event. Events are everywhere, I mean, they always have events every year as far as, in the area that she would be able to get into. So I thought it was really cool meeting her. But yeah, other than that, I ain't got nothing going on. Just, doing me behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Trying to keep it cool. Trying to keep cool, honey. But I just need to really sit down and do my outlines. That's probably something I work on today when I get off here. But I'm just having my coffee and brainstorming. I ain't really talking about that major. Um, I think I ain't been over here since like Thursday. And another thing, I need to go in and do, so one of the things I like to do for like my community post wall, I will go in and create like little sayings in Canva. And I will create a certain amount, and then I just plan like one time out of the month, and I schedule it for like the next month or two. That way I don't have to worry about um, making sure it's some type of post or engagement on my page. Um, you can create them centered on anything you have going on. If your mom, if you bake cakes, like you can, just make it in a humorous way, or and something that people can relate to. So that's something I need to go and do. I need to go create some more, and I generally just go into Canva, create them. You can actually create them in bulk. I create them in bulk, and then I post them there because you can schedule them. I think you can schedule up to 100 posts in Pinterest. People be sleeping on Pinterest. Pinterest is my jam. Like no joke. Most of the views I get on any type of platform comes from Pinterest. And you don't even have to be in like crafts or anything like that. You can just have eye-catching posts about anything, and people will, kind of, gravitate to it. So as long as it's consistent, and that can be like, yeah. So one of the things I should have been doing is posting the same ones throughout all the others, but I just didn't feel like it. I'm not gonna lie, I was lazy. I was like, honey, after sitting here and bulk posting this over here and then this over here, I'm tapped out. So sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I be like, I ain't gonna do all that. But that's another good way to kind of set your life on autopilot as it relates to being able to just actually enjoy the summer, enjoy whatever is going on around with you, to where you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. Oh my gosh, I need to do this. Um, this week I made some items, and I didn't even video them. I was like, I'm not editing this week. I'm not videoing. I think I was doing a live a couple. It was like last week, And I was like, boom, let me go ahead and, because I did one of the designs live. And I was like, okay, well, this one is easy. Let me go ahead and show them how to do this. So that's one. I can actually download that live and, edit that. And I can use that as a video for content. And I can post it how I need to post it, wherever I need to post it. And I really didn't even focus on individualized content this week because, like I said, I'm focused on trying to go over there and do that. But I will still, come live and talk about a few things. And I might actually, once I pull out some more fabric, I'll probably do some more earrings just to go ahead and get them done and move on to whatever next project. Yeah, I don't, I do like creating videos. It's just the editing time. And the crazy thing is, I have somebody that can edit for me. I just feel like people aren't really even watching like long content videos anymore, for real. And the crazy thing is, you sit and you watch a whole bunch of videos that are kind of clickbait. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And talking about, oh, you can do this and you can do that. But realistically, by the end of those videos, they tell you, oh, it'll take you a year to grow this. A lot of people don't have a year to grow this. So throughout the years, I've found a variety of things to talk about. And I'll probably go in and, I guess you could say, I'm gonna categorize things a little better the way I have it on my page. That's something I need to put on my to-do list for this week because everybody has something in them that they're good at. That one thing that you do effortlessly that does not feel like work is the thing you should be capitalizing on and making money. Plain, that's it. If you want to do a physical item, that's fine. If you want to do a digital item, that's fine. But basically, that's how I started. I started out just sewing, and then I moved into like I was doing, I was making bonnets. Then I went into a digital pattern, which I might actually put on my site. I had it on ETSY for a while, and then everything over there is kind of like cut and paste and copy, and it's just not a place to really grow. So it was like, okay, I ain't gonna lie, it was a really good place a couple years ago, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So it seems as though a lot of businesses, like big corporations that downsize their employees, they're spending more money on uh, a automated way, an AI way to run certain parts of their businesses just so they have like their chat bots. And I'm not against it, it is what you got to do. I mean, whatever. But these are people that have um really big businesses, so that's what they want to do. And I think it kind of pushes out people that are really actually creative and crafty and can make their own things. And so um we have to really be mindful of the financial situation that the country is in as well. So price it to where it's affordable, it's of value. And like I said, I come on here and a lot of people are like, oh, like I would like, somebody to like, but if you just here grab information, hit the like button because I'm gonna give you a lot. And I'm not really pressed on earning on all of my platforms. That's not what I'm here for. If if I inspire one person to say, you know what, I used to do such and such, that could be my little side hustle. Let me get back to that and spend time focusing on how I can rebrand it, repurpose it, and remarket it. You know, that's what I need to do. I ain't for everybody, and I'm fine. Baby. Woo! That's why I'm able to sit up in my room on Monday, drink coffee. Hell, it's 1:32. I didn't even know it was that late. And just talk about the realistic expectations of people. There, if I did not go through a major economic downfall, it's nothing but economic downfalls that has happened since I've been a millennial, and I'm gonna be one to the day I go. So with that being said, I've lost a lot, I've gained a lot, and I've lost it back again. But it wasn't through gambling; it was just through life. And I mean, I guess you could say it is through taking chances. Sometimes you're gonna have to take chances, and it is what it is. You might be that first person in your family that learned how to take different chances, and that's what that might be your position. So, um, it's just so many different areas. It's soap making. You can do one of the major things I remember on ETSY, and I'll be honest, jewelry making. Jewelry making was a really big thing. A lot of people so bracelets, earrings, different things like that, and they did really, really well. And they set themselves aside from other places. And sometimes they actually, even if they didn't make them physically, they would go and do bulk orders. Get them a vendor from across the way, and they would sell little small things like nose pier, no earrings, little nose rings. They would sell a lot of those things. They'll buy them in bulk, and they'll make a good you know amount of money over there. They would go customize. It's so many different things that can be done. Find that one thing that works for you and maximize on it. That's how I look at it. Uh, for a while, this actually this right here, this fed me for probably 3 years consecutive. I'm not even gonna lie. It fed me for 3 years consecutively. Um, Mass fed me for a whole year, or a whole for a good amount of time. Those face masks, baby, I had them cloth ones, and I had some elastic. Now I'm not gonna lie, it was a learning curve in the beginning, because that was something that I never set out to. I never intentionally intended on making. Like, it was something that I never, said, okay, I'm gonna go make these. Cause like I want to say the first thing I made was a pillowcase cover, and those are super duper easy. You don't have to keep them as you don't have to. I think even if you go into the creative space, just remember that purchasing fabric and sewing is two different things. Some people will have a love and have a knack and have an eye for picking out beautiful fabrics, but then they have too many, and that's something that I ran into. So now I'm starting to sew through my stash, because eventually I can take the proceedings from my set stash that I sewed through to buy my whole new inventory set, if that makes sense. I'm not buying any more fabric. Um, so that's two different things. Like I said, soap making. Um, if people are, into holistic things, you can make your own tinctures. One of my favorite soaps that I made, and I did really well in, is the sea moss soap. Um, People that aren't, I'm not into lye, so I did more of the mix and pour. I created my recipes, and, well, my not recipes, because it's not, my measurements through trial and error. So, um, and a lot of times when you create some of the things, they're great, like gift items to people, because the biggest critics are the people that know you. So again, one of the things I would do, I would create something and I would give it away. I would give away so much stuff that, like, for a long time I didn't make a profit, and I was like, girl, how you make, like, what you doing with your life? So when I learned that some of the things really, really did make an impact, it was like, wow. But the sad part is, a lot of those people, because you gave them so many free things, they'll get mad that they have to actually eventually pay at some point in time. So that's the downside as well. So gotta have a healthy, checks and balance on that. But and part of it is like, okay, it's like doing a study. It's no different than anybody that is in any type of profession. You want numbers. You want to know, okay, if I gave this to 10 people, 9 people said this worked for them, or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of how that goes. Um, Going into the digital diaspora, it's all about whatever the idea is, making sure you find the right market for your digital items. So say if you have an ebook, um, you have to figure out through trial and error where is the best place to market it. And like I said, you can always go to Pinterest. Like Pinterest, I can literally go, like, it's on the phone that I'm on, my iPad. My numbers for Pinterest is 18,000 a month. That's the views that my page get. So there are perks and benefits to automating certain parts of your social media. So regardless of what it is you do, if it's something that you're trying to sell, so some people actually, this was something I heard about like probably a couple months ago. So say if you're an affiliate of Amazon or something like that. I'm just gonna say that. You can, some people will post outfits that they find up there. Say like if you're into fashion, so like I sold whatever, but this is nothing I want to do. Some people will go and find accessories and pieces and put it together on a little board, and then they will put their Amazon store link. Like a lot of people are really finding creative ways to affiliate use the affiliate links over there as well. So that's another way to generate people. Can I get a like? I mean, people watch. It's free 99. I'm giving game. But yeah, you can go up there and do it that way. I mean, you can always continue to do it over here, but just to diversify. Thank you. That just be a little bit more versed with how you decide to use your links. It's very easy to become an affiliate. I think the more people that you have that can really support your links would be the ones that you would really be able to actually make the commissions the more creative. Like I said, with the young lady, when she put those different pieces in clothing, I was like, okay, then I had never seen it like that before. And she said it's a lot of people that find it harder and stressful to put something together, and she just basically provided a service all in one. So I thought that was cool. Say if okay, so for instance, for a while I was doing a lot because I do go on to sometimes I use chat, and then sometimes I use, what is it called? I have to go blank. I need my iPad. Um, God dang it, how I can't remember it. I ain't had enough coffee. But anyway, you can generate your images. So say if you want to generate, like, okay, so in my shorts, I have a few pictures that I generated using AI. Let me just say AI. And most people go, they use chat or they use well, I still can't think of the damn name. We all know who it is. Anyway, you access it through Discord, but we all know what it is. Now all of those services for the most part. require a monthly fee. Before you commit to doing those type of things, just think about, what are you doing them for? Am I doing it because I like images? Am I doing it because I plan on using it in some of my projects? Do I like them because I'm really good at making sure I can resell these images? Like some of the images I planned on, you know, doing some decorations with, whatever. I ain't did it yet. Ugh. But I'm being honest, because you know you can have a lot of ideas. However, being able to do all of those ideas and think of them is, it's two different things. So that's why I'm here. I'm sharing. But anyway, so because after a while, if you have to pay for that service, after a while those services start to add up, and you're like, okay, if I'm not turning the profit I need by using these services, what am I doing? So you don't want to get yourself in that situation, but just kind of have a plan on what you want to do with those images. Like, so another thing with the images, you can create an e-guide of some of the prompts that you use to make your image look that way. I've seen a lot of people do that with characters, and some, like, honestly, in my head, I don't really see a practical use of the image, but somebody might actually want the image and use it. I don't know, maybe it's a backdrop for a meeting. I don't know. But I just always thought, like, so with those same images, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and put the image. I created the image, and then I made it like a 5 second video, and then I put the 5 second video on different platforms, like kind of like a reel. So just thinking about what you can practically do with those images to make them work for you eventually, because you are investing in these images, and make sure you put like a little watermark on it, so where they can't really see the watermark. So if it's replicated, whatever. Um, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of ways to do what it is you need to do, but just figuring out what works for you is the most important part in having your business, and understanding it's a business, not a hustle, not a side gig. It's a business. So you have to make business, decisions that will be the best for you overall in the long haul. And yeah, that's how I look at that. But I'm just rambling with my coffee. Mm-hmm. Coffee talk. And just always have a strategy for it. Just even if you don't have everything together, start writing it down and building it piece by piece. Because once you build it piece by piece, just like you when you was a kid and you played with Legos, it all comes together and it started looking like a house somewhat. hmm Um, and just setting up the business the right way. A lot of people, um, the crazy thing was, I was around a lot of people that said they had a business, and I was like, okay, that's what's up. And after a while, I had to take myself out of the local sector and put myself further out on a state sector. That makes sense. So if you live in a smaller town in your state, generally the capital of whatever state is where it's booming. So say if you go take a training versus the city you're in, and you go to that capital and take a training, it's gonna be a whole different level of people. It's gonna be a whole different mindset, perspective. Those people gonna really teach you the game. They're going to teach because they want you to win and want you to say, this is what I learned. And at some point in time, you're going to come back and say, that's where I learned it from. And they're going to always have clients because they understand business. However, when you do a local type of training, and I'm being honest and very transparent, those people will teach you enough to make sure you can't compete with them. I'm going to say it again. They will teach you just enough so you can't compete with them. And I've told the story more than one time where I met somebody. Well, I didn't meet them. I already knew them um, growing up as a child. And generally, people go their ways, and this is and the third, and everybody learn however they learn, and they get to whatever point they are in their life. So they get what good and grown. And thankfully, I took the time to do trainings outside of my area, and that's how I grew and evolved. Um, on certain topics, right? So when I came back to my area, and you can do that in a Zoom meeting. You don't even have to go. That's the crazy thing. Like, you don't have to go anywhere. People will go ahead and start. So I seen somebody on social media that was able to teach me some things that I knew if I went into it on the local, they weren't gonna teach me what they knew. So I had to go out there. But anyway, and it was a really really great thing. And if I had not taken a chance on that opportunity, if I had not invested in myself, I would still not know and not know that part of business expansion. I'm gonna just say that, and that that's similar to like how when I worked in a certain field and I was selected to go to the capital to do training. After that point, the people around me were pissed. And it was, I mean, I'm not in that profession anymore, but I can see why, because it's a level of understanding. It's a different type of, and then even the person that chose me to do it, to go, it was a guy. He was like, I want you to go with me here. And I'm like, okay, cool. And when he went, he had a plan. He was so intelligent and understood how to work that room. He was just like, look, my next job is in this room. I said, okay. So he had a plan, and he had, what he had, he did his thing. And he did it. So he taught me a lot. But even with going from the local to the state level, it made a big difference. And I'm forever thankful for that. And that's no different than when I was rambling last week and I was having my coffee and I was talking about how generally the local level people will hog all of those things and resources from themselves. And it's better to go on a state level to get started. So if it's anybody in here that do contracting, message. Yeah. Don't be tussling on that low level with the bottom feeders. Elevate. Mm-hmm. If I see one more damn net, I gotta go check on my plants too. Um, but yeah, I mean it's Monday. I've listed a few things out that I need to be doing this week, and I hope I have. I hope I will stay and hold myself accountable for doing those things that I'm talking about doing up here. I'm getting ready to write them down, and I'm honestly working on like trying to be more organized the way I used to be. I don't know. I gave myself so much space and freedom. I had too much freedom, if that makes sense. Um, Being in a background of having so many deadlines and this and this and that. It was nice to escape from that and be able to create my own um, space per se. So I see where like I said, I've had too much freedom. Homeschooling has ended for the year. I've already done all my testing, so I'm done. And for the next 2 months, I can get back into the swing of things before it's time for me to start doing lesson plans and uh, getting the information ready to go back into homeschooling. But and I'm gonna sit back and do a few things and put it on autopilot so I can really enjoy my summer. But I will be planning in the background and getting ready to harvest in September because it's a harvest season. I'm excited about it. Um, Other than that, like I said, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna organize some videos. If it's some things that aren't clear, I might have to go back and fix them. It was one video that somebody said the audio was low. Um, it was well, no, they said it wasn't there. It was low. So that probably won't be one that I'll recreate. But if it's in, because like I'm not gonna lie, I've been talking for a minute and it took me a while to learn how to edit. So anything old over 5 years ago, please give me some grace because it was a lot of people that didn't know how to edit and stuff. It was just a lot of things. I just was I was in my own creative space. And again, everybody do social media or share a part of themselves to social media just for that purpose. Everything not is not about money because you have to understand people have real lives outside of social media that they make money and they're able to attract what it is that's for them. So I don't live in a space of lack and I don't live in a space of fear. Lack and fear will leave you stuck. We sip on that. You know what I think I'm gonna do today? I think I'm gonna go play my singing bowl. I'm gonna go sit in the middle of my floor, Indian style, and play my singing bowl. I might go over to my high vibration channel and do that because that's needed. And I think the only bowl that I have is like a heart chakra, and just keeping love flowing and keeping it light. I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. That way I can have a light week, and I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. Working on, I keep working on myself, honey, cause I ain't perfect, but my heart is, and that's an important part for me. So again, you know, I'm not. I don't know. I'm just sipping and having coffee and politicking. I don't know. I might come later and share a project, but pretty much for the most part, I've wrapped those up. I think I've taken short videos of them. I've taken pictures of them, and those are complete. So I just really need to move on to the next one. And if you do any type of crafting, sometimes it can get really, really messy. So putting everything back where it belongs. That's about it. And but this phone is about to die. Oh, excuse me. And it's been beautiful and delightful to just being able to share. That's it. Um, I don't think I really have nothing else to say. turn this TV off because I ain't got time for that today. But I'm probably getting my own. Yeah, I haven't even really been online like that. I make sure my certain things I posted, um, and I think I'm gonna actually sit and do a few more to have them already ready in my certain phones, because it take a lot of storage and all of that stuff. And honestly, I think I'm gonna put more things on autopilot. I'm gonna schedule maybe 2 or 3 times a week that I'm live, and then I'll probably come with certain topics, or I might just share a project. And I don't even know if I'm gonna really go do like any type of major videos, because I don't want to edit anything. So if I do a project, that might be just another separate live, because I just want to enjoy my summer. I don't want to be edited. And I mean, I have somebody that can edit for me, but I don't know. I'm busy sowing sowing seeds. So I'm just excited about my harvest. So I just want to keep sowing certain seeds. That's it. This is like one of those sowing seasons, and I'm cool with it. And I'm gonna go in here with my singing bowl. My favorite. I keep it close by. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and just balance myself for the week. Y'all be breezy. Don't let nobody stress y'all out.